Right. And I mean, like, definitely tagging on to that. So, I guess, in what ways does Bitcoin participate in DeFi right now? And then also, like, going into future, in what ways do you see it within
Yeah, I
DeFi?
mean, happy to share just what we've seen over the, over the more than a year of kind of working on this. I think the first kind of instinct for some folks was, hey, let's build DeFi on Bitcoin. Like, let's just copy what already exists on ETH and whatever, and just build it on Bitcoin. Oh wait, that turned out to, in my opinion, I don't think it's going to work because you've got like slow block times, you don't have the expressiveness of in the smart contracts, et cetera, et cetera. And it's just almost like it's a bit odd in terms of the use, if it's digital gold or store of value or whatever it may be, to build like complex AMMs and stuff on top. It doesn't make any sense, right? So instead, I think the sorry, lost my train of thought a little bit. So I think what we're seeing is kind of, I'm almost starting to call it Bitcoin 2.0. It's people who want to take that underlying capability and the safety and maturity of Bitcoin, but apply it with new technology, and like brand new technology in different ways. So for example, Avalanche BTCB, great example. You can lock your Bitcoin into their system. They'll give you a wrap Bitcoin. I mean, I should even take a step back. The whole WBTC, like the 3 to 5 billion or so of WBTC out there that people use, that was created as a workaround because people wanted to use their Bitcoin and ETH, of course. Fast forward to today, you've got some more sophisticated technologies. Obviously, with WBTC, you have to send your Bitcoin to a custodian, the BitGo, and so you're subject to that counterparty risk. But yeah, you're seeing BTCB, like I mentioned. Stacks has one called SBTC. There's another one called Nomic and Cosmos, NBTC, TBTC. There's so many kind of different forms of people trying to solve this problem. And I think that's really, there's a new chain that came out yesterday, Zeta or something like that, Zeta. It has kind of native Bitcoin support. You've got Thorchain with Bitcoin. Like, people are trying to kind of bridge this divide, because if nothing else, there's so many, hundreds of billions of dollars of Bitcoin liquidity that could be useful in DeFi on ETH and Cosmos and on these other chains. And people are trying to kind of figure out how to unlock that. And I think that's the big, that's kind of where we are. And I think of that almost as like I wrote a blog post calling it Bitcoin Plus, like the Bitcoin Plus mentality. You want, Bitcoin to be a safe reserve layer upon which DeFi, is built on smart contracts and, all that. I think that's interesting. Or Bitcoin 2.0 as like, but whatever we call it, it's just the next generation of Bitcoin utility, enabling Bitcoin to be used in these kind of various, more interesting ways.
Nice.